Well, Crochet Designs. My name is Mary, coming to you with our weekly live. Yay, get excited. I'm feeling a little bit better. Not much. A little bit nasally. My eyes are still a bit yucky, but it's okay. It's okay. We're roaring and ready to go this week. I think we're all ready to go. And just waiting for a few people to get on. I'm talking to myself right now, but don't tell anyone. The first sign of madness, I think. In actual fact, if you think about it, when I go on my lives, even though you guys are out there, I'm pretty much talking to myself until someone gets on, and no one's on yet. So I'm just going to go to sleep for a little bit. Oh, here we go. We got someone on. Hello, beautiful Bonnie. I think one of your questions are going to be answered today. Hello, Luana, the lovely Luana, and the beautiful Karen B. Lovely to have you here. Guys, we have another, well, what can I say, busy and yet fun live again today. Daphne, hello. Hello, Anne McSee, beautiful Anne McSee. And Middle Earthian, hello. You've only got a short time. Oh, sweetheart. Oh, well, we'll see you very soon, won't we? Hello, Susan, lovely to have you here. And as you know, yours truly has been a little unwell, but I'm here. I'm here. Lady, hello, lady. You sound like you're a newbie on our live. If you are, welcome. Hello. We love newbies. We love regulars. We love the oldies. We love them all because that's our community and that's who we are. Hello, beautiful Paula. I hope you are feeling much better. Look, we've all been unwell in our own ways, guys. I'm not the only one, but mine, even though it was a big flu, it's kind of nothing in comparison to what some people are going through now. And I do wish you all well. Let me throw some goodness at you all. I'm lovely to have you here, lady. We have a lot of fun on our lives. Sometimes we're naughty, but we're good naughty. It's not a bad naughty. It's all good fun. And today's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you, Anne McSee. Thumbs up. Thank you so much, Anne. Have a good time. Looks like I'm gonna catch you tomorrow. Oh, have a good rest, Middle Earthians. We will look forward to seeing you on Wednesday, we hope. But there we go, guys. We do have a busy live today. And once again, I'm doing one of our question and answer time, which means a little bit more money that I'm putting in out of my own pocket towards the Australian Sheep and Wool Show that's happening in July. We're very close. We're very close. This close. Thank you for asking. My new hip is doing well. Well done. I'm glad. Rachel, hello. Sorry if I'm coughing all over the place. Still a bit unwell, guys. How good to see me. Thank you, Rachel. Lovely to be here. Angela, hello, Angela. You also sound new. We have other Angelas here, but your name sounds new. Lovely to have you here. We've got a couple of newbies on today. Yay. We love newbies. We love them all. Our community is a lovable community here. Sometimes we're a bit cheeky, but we're good cheeky. All right, so glad to hear that Paula is feeling better. And if any of you out there are unwell as well, just take all the goodness, take it all, because I've probably been giving too much of it away. That's why I'm unwell. No, it's all good. But you know, we've all got to get sick, and this is our winter here in Melbourne, so it was expected that I got sick. I was trying to hold out as much as I could. But you can't avoid it. If you're going to get sick, you're going to get sick. Simple as that. But let's get back to business. We will be doing question and answer time again. Lots of fun. There's a couple of questions in there I know you're not going to be able to answer. What? And the reason is because I haven't talked about them very often. I love those ones. And they're usually double questions, so double the amount, yeah? If you get a moment, I'd love to ask you a question. Rachel, that's fine. Give me a few minutes, yeah? And the beautiful Corrine is on. One of the questions Corrine may be able to answer. I don't know, maybe. And everybody else may be able to answer them. All right. So last Wednesday, Wednesday that just passed, I mentioned that we were going to get back on the ball this week coming, not so much this week that we're in, the week coming. And we are. I'll talk quickly just about what's happening next week, or this week, I should say. Monday is going to be catch up to all the stuff that I've just left. I've left it on the workstation, which actually just pushed right over because we use that same place to have dinner on. As you do. So I just pushed it right over and left it in the corner and didn't look at it for 2.5 weeks, maybe 3 even. Has it been that long? And Tuesday, I'm going to be having business day as normal, which means continuing and writing up our gorgeous pattern here. It's written, it's done. I'm changing that part of it, but don't tell anyone. Um, and on Wednesday, we're going to have our live as normal. Thursday, you'll get your gorgeous gloves that you've been waiting so long for. And Thursday or Friday, the latest. I will be recording Monday mornings, Tuesday mornings, Wednesday mornings, Thursday mornings. By the time Thursday comes, hopefully it should be done. And that's what I like to do very often, record in the mornings, stop at lunchtime and work on something else. Because once daylight gets a bit weird in the house, the whole thing goes haywire. If you get a time, could you do an Afghan tutorial that starts from the center out and that's not a granny square? Now, we have done a few of those, Rachel, in the past. If you have a look, I'm happy to do one in the future. But if you have a look in our blankets, I've got a playlist called Blankets. And if you like, I can pop that playlist on our community board later for you, or in the description box of this video at the end of the live. And you can click on that. We have done some from the center out. We've done a 5-star blanket. What else have we done? We've done the hexagon blanket, but it turns into a big circle. Once the pieces are all put together, you get to do a round piece on it and then a border. So we've done those as well. That might be a little bit more technical. I'm not sure how far you're into crochet that you are. That can be a little bit difficult if you are a newbie. So the hexagon blanket is a lot of work. If you type in hexagon blanket wow crochet designs, that will come up. If you type in 5-star blanket wow crochet designs, then our blanket will come up. Pretty as a Peacock is coming, I promise. It's this one here at the moment, Rachel. If you're looking for a blanket, this one, I will say that this one here is not difficult, but it's fiddly, right? But if a new crocheter comes in, you can do this one. It looks difficult, but a lot of it's just your basic stitches, and you are crocheting over some of those stitches. So some of these are actually single crochets with some chains, and then you've half double crocheted way over the base of that, which sounds confusing, but it's not. This is actually quite a basic blanket. This is gorgeous. You'll love this one. It's called Pretty as a Peacock Blanket. This is part 1. This part here is part 2, which hasn't been uploaded yet, which will be, I promise, fingers crossed, yeah. I promise it will be uploaded once the beautiful Jody receives her pattern. Now, Rachel, and to our newbies, if you didn't know this, I sometimes do giveaways where I ask you as the subscribers, all 16, how many are we? 17, I don't even know yet, 1,000 of you. I ask you guys to choose a name of the blanket, to choose the yarn color combination, not so much the pattern. The pattern I work out myself, yeah. And all you have to do is choose the colors and a name. It's real basic. How big is it going to be? Well, Rachel, this is the thing. I'm creating this as I go. This is not something that's already been made. So this is one of those projects. This is what we do sometimes on the channel, not always. We create things that sometimes doesn't have a pattern, and I create it specifically for YouTube, for you guys, which is the reason why it's taking so long, because this pattern, I've only got to this part. I'm lying. There is a 3rd part, but I haven't recorded it yet. I haven't even written down part 4. Yeah. So this is part 1, that's part 2, part 3 is, I know what I'm doing, but to work out the math of it all, that's where it fails. But that's why it's taken me so long. But I will work it out. This blanket will be up and running in a couple of weeks' time. You won't see it this week at all, but it will be up and running. So just bear with me once I've finished writing out part 2. And I've actually mentioned to the lovely Jody that the pattern is not properly tested yet. Yeah. So it works for me because I'm doing it here with you guys on the camera, so you see the whole thing, but it's not been physically tested by anyone else, which means she gets a written pattern that may not work for her if there's a mistake in there. Yeah. I have reread it and so on, but it's not properly tested. Not like this guy here, which gets tested all the time. Different sections of the jacket, cardigan, if you will, gets tested. All right. So it's coming. It is coming, I promise. Having said that, I tell you what we will do. I'll pop links to that blanket, Pretty as a Peacock. Yep. What was the other thing? The hexagon, maybe. Hexagon. That's a pretty blanket too, but that's actually A little bit technical though, some of the stitching, yeah. Not completely difficult. Making the hexagons is easy. Making that the first row of that round part to turn it into a round section is easy. If you struggle with the actual border, which is a little bit difficult, a little bit complicated, it's a repeat pattern anyway. So once you do that first section, you'll know how to do the next, yeah? But if you struggle with that, what you do is you just do a basic, I don't know, ruffled edge or something, you know, even like a little peacock edge if you don't want to do our border. But it is actually a difficult border. It's a little, not difficult, it's, you have to be more of an intermediate crocheter to do that border on the hexagon blanket. That's one. And I'll even put down the 5-star blanket. I'll put all those links in a description box down below of this video at the end of the live. So wait till the live ends. And then also I might put them in our community posts. I'll put about 3 different posts over the next half a day or something, so you'll get to see them all there. All right. So I forget to do that on the community board. I forget that we have a community board. I use it literally just to let everyone know that we are having a live, but I might use it more often to pop. You might see some old videos being popped on that community board to remind you that if you haven't made one blanket and you've missed it and forgotten all about it, oh, you'll think that's the blanket I really want to make, or that's the top, or that's the whatever it is I really want to make. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I lost all the chat. I do apologize. No, we got that one. Please do a new one when you can get it. Yes, okay. That's right. You like that one. Good, Rachel. That's great. Beautiful, says Angela. Thank you. How big is it going? We've answered that. We're not sure yet. I've got to get started on that one. Take your time with that one, Rachel. This one here, because I'm not even ready to upload part 3. And you're looking at, I'm sorry, let's try part 2. I haven't even uploaded part 2 yet. So take your time. Don't be too stressed on it. It's coming, but it will be finished eventually. I promise. It's just going to take a little bit longer, being the fact that it's a blanket. And the reason I'm not really sure how big I want to make it is because we purchased the amount of yarn that we thought would make a certain size. Now making the pattern with this, you know, some of the stitching's really tight. It's starting to, you know, be a bit too much for the for the pattern. But look, we'll see how far it goes. Yeah, we can only, I might say to you guys, right, if you've got an extra yarn, just do another 5 rows of the next pattern, which you're going to see. The next pattern's going to be great because that's the pattern that's going to go all the way throughout until towards the end when we're going to start putting borders on. Okay, so that's the best part of making it's called a pretty as a peacock blanket because peacocks, their colors the color burst goes out, and once it goes out you see different shades of it, and that's exactly where we're headed with the next step. So let's continue. All right, so that's that. I'm going to have a drink, guys, because, you know, I've been sick and my throat's really dry. Just bear with me. Oh, cheers, by the way. It really is dry today. That's my first water today, so I suppose that's my problem. That's my main problem. All right, and the next thing we're going to do today is we're going to talk about 3 things. No, let's try 2. One will be our fun thing question time that we're going to do very soon. The other one will be something that, and I've mentioned in the past that I've done this often, where sometimes when I'm not thinking straight, I tend to do basic things just to keep myself busy, but not think about it. And usually it's basic granny square. That's it. Usually I do a granny square. And that's actually the thing I like to do when I don't want to think, yeah? But this week, or the past 2 weeks since I've been sick, I didn't do anything for the first 4 days. No crochet. I think I'm lying, 3 days. I had to think about that. The 4th day I picked it up for 5 minutes and I did a granny square. And then I just put it down and didn't look at it for another day or so. And then I'd started doing this. Now, I don't know if it's going to be something on the channel. I haven't thought about it. It's just something that I wasn't really thinking. There's no pattern. I just went bang, bang, bang and just seen, you know, to see what I would do and what I would make of it. And actual fact, I'm even playing with stitches on it for another pattern, which is something I do often, right? But that's what I started doing. That's what I started creating, being the fact that I was just sitting there doing nothing. And remember I said I was just doing something that goes round and round and round and round and round. That's it. It's just double crochet, round, round, round. It's super thick. It is 12 ply. chunky, I think they call it overseas, a chunky yarn. And it was just something that I actually created because I want to wear it around the house. It's not finished, as you can see. There's still the bottom part to do. And I started playing with one sleeve. The other sleeve is not started yet. But whilst I was playing with the sleeve, I remembered I have a function on in July. And I thought, I don't have a proper top for it. And I don't want to go out. I can't justify spending money on something I'm ever going to wear once. I can't justify it, right? So I started playing with some stitches on the sleeve. Just so that I could get some stitches in my mind. And I do that occasionally. I'm going to take that undone. It's only a few stitches. But I do that occasionally. So when I'm working and I need to figure out a pattern for another project, whilst I'm working, I'm mucking around with it. I'm using that yarn and that project to play with a pattern. Then I take it undone, right? And I've got to be careful because that's how you can make mistakes too. So don't work like that, guys. Just pick up another ball of yarn. I'm not giving you a bad tip here. I shouldn't have even said it because don't do it. It's something I've always done when I even first started crocheting, which was like 100 years ago. And I still do it now, which you shouldn't do. Not really. Let's just bring that over here a bit. That's better. All right. So guess what we're going to do, guys? We're going to start our question and answer time. Now, if you're joining us new, you're not sure what this is. I don't do this very often. I do it occasionally. In the middle of July, 15, 16, and 17, I'm heading off to Bendigo, and where there will be an Australian sheep and wool show there. And I'll have a stall there. So my little stall will be there. I may have some crochet teaching if anyone comes around and wants to know something, but they will be basic stitches, singles, half doubles, doubles, maybe the odd back loop, front post, back post, that kind of thing, back loop. I don't know. I haven't thought about it. Maybe the odd V-stitch, but nothing fancy because I don't have time for that. I won't have time for it because I'll also be selling the items at my table as well. If I don't have family members helping me, then that teaching may or may not happen that moment. Just wait for someone who's a family member or a dear friend helping me on the table so that I can teach. Unless it's quiet, and then I'm happy to teach. Well, you don't know because I've actually never done the show before. It was supposed to have been done last year, and as everyone knows, our wonderful Victoria went into nice sleep mode for 5 months. Don't you love it? I call it sleep mode because we had to stay home for 5 months. And there was one wall there, one behind us, and a door we couldn't go through. So, I don't know. I'm not mentioning why. You guys know, and I don't even want to mention the word ever again. Why? But we were indoors for 5 months. So it didn't happen, and literally pulled out from under us 7 o'clock that night, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock the night before. I'd already set up the table. It was ready to go. All I had to do was wake up in the morning and greet people. That didn't work. So anyway, let's not worry about that. It's finally happening this month. God help us if they do it again. They better not pull it out from under us again because the sheep show did lose a lot of money and I felt for them. It was a major loss for them, a major loss for Bendigo because hundreds of people had booked stays there. Hundreds of people were going to eat. Hundreds, I don't know, 1,000. I don't know how many people go to this. It's the only sheep show in Australia. Well, that kind of sheep show in Australia. So it was a major loss to a lot of people. But in the meantime, we're saving some money so that when we go there, I can purchase a lot of goodies as well as having my own table. It's not a matter of me just going there selling all my gear, which I hope to do, right? Or half of it. But it's a matter of also purchasing and supporting our smaller and some even larger businesses that will be there at the time. So we're supporting everybody. We're supporting our community, if you will, our crochet community, our knitting achu community. There's that allergy. And our sheep, if you will, community. Without our gorgeous sheep, we wouldn't have these beautiful items. Seriously. All right. So I've missed the chat again, and I do apologize. Oh my gosh, I did miss a lot. Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you, Corrine. Hello, beautiful Raylene. Crystal. Hello, Crystal. Elaine, lovely Elaine. Haven't missed too much yet. They are not cancelling again, are they? No, with Carolyn, I hope not. Fingers crossed, because I've booked everything. I've booked the hotel. I've booked them. But just fingers crossed they don't cancel, yeah? Lost mate, but maybe a win. Oh, I missed that one. Let's go back. No one got sick or died from getting sick because of lovely wool. Although that's true, that's true. I learned how to crochet by my 4th grade teacher. She passed away in April. Sorry to hear that. I'm visually impaired and left-handed. Okay, I consider myself an amateur. However, I've been able to catch on well. Now, lady, a question for you. I don't mind asking. I hope you don't mind asking, I mean. You're left-handed. I teach crochet right-handed. There is a system on my new package that may be able to allow me to do it left-handed. I've got to work it out. It's called mirroring. Can't even get it out. But we'll see. If I can work that out, and then I can flip our video and you can actually learn how to do it left-handed as well. But we are actually a right-handed channel. Doesn't mean anything. It means I'm this close to maybe working out how to do it left-handed. Which will be great, because I get a lot of lefties say, Mary, I need to do it. And you want to hear the funny part and really unusual part? When I was younger, I was a left-hander. I had the pen knocked out of my hand and told by certain teachers and told by certain people that I couldn't use left hand. You're able to follow me well. I'm glad. So I was actually a lefty. I tried in my 20s to write left-handed after I knew that I'd had that pencil ripped out of my hand so many times. I tried in my 20s to relearn. I just couldn't do it, which was sad because I really, really liked it. And in fact, this is probably why my handwriting is so bad today. Having my hand whacked all the time, every time I tried to write something, just that's the way it was in the old days. You didn't do what you wanted to do. You had to do what everybody else wanted. And every time I put that pen in that left hand, I'd get a whack across the hand, and then I'd put it back in the right and then keep doing this every time the teachers would walk past. But yeah, it was a very difficult thing. So I never really continued doing left-handed. So there you go. All right, a bit of trivia there about me. I didn't know I even forgot all about that, actually. Let's get on with question and answer time. We're going to raise some more funds. You don't have to worry about raising the funds. It's all me doing this. But it's not coming free. You're going to answer some questions. All right, so what I'm going to do, and this is a bit of fun just for you guys. You don't even have to know the answers. If you don't know the answers, I still give you the money anyway. But look, the questions are a bit more fun, right? Don't you love it? She's still going to do it. I'm just going to lay these out. Now, the thing was, as you know, I've been unwell, so I didn't have time to type them up. So what I did was I rewrote them on some old ones. So I scribbled off some of the typing, and you'll see the scribble later. And I rewrote them on that. I'm not putting them in any color order. So you just pick whenever you want, whatever color order comes up. I'm not putting them in any color order at all. All right. So what I do is I drop the camera. I pick a subscriber. I drop the camera. Now, Bonnie, if your question comes up, if you didn't know this, I asked a few weeks ago if anybody had any questions to let me know. And Bonnie sent me a question, and if your question comes up and I pick you, don't answer it. I'll give you another question. Yeah, because that's not fair. Don't answer your own question, all right, Bonnie? But everybody else could try and answer it. There are a couple of questions here. Oh, here we go. The sinuses are playing up. There are a couple of questions here that will stump you because I don't think I've ever discussed it. So one never knows, yeah? Where am I? Oh, hang on, I've missed some chat. All right, my brother and SIL had, attended wedding, and 3 days later, many others got it as well. Yeah, it's a bad thing, isn't it, Elaine? Once it spreads, it's a bit like the flu, and actually that's a lot quicker to spread, I heard as well. Yes, they did that. Is very then because how left-handed brain is versus right-handed. I know, and it confuses your mind. It really, and it made a mess with my mind for a very long time. Like I was trying to coordinate, and in fact, coordination, there's a little thing in our brain that tells us which side we need to coordinate. So once that little thing has been messed with, it can mess up everything. And it really did. All right, let's not get into that. That's going to take me years to discuss. But let's have some fun now. All right, let's not talk about sad things that happened to poor little Mary when she was young. No, it's not that bad. I just make it sound dramatic. But guys, we are going to raise some funds for the Australian Sheep and Wool Show so that I can purchase some items so that when I get back from the show, we can have a giveaway here on the channel just for you. And that giveaway at this stage, let me tell you what we're up to. We are up to $268 plus another $2.50 because someone did a donation on the website. Now, any money you donate to us from our website, if you're interested in that, is www.wowcrochetdesigns.com. Or you can do super chats here or whatever you want to do. And if you can't do that, that's okay. Just do question and answer time with me. That's fine. Any money that you donate to me, half of it goes towards the show so that we can spend money at the show for the giveaway. How do you donate? All you need to do is hop over to our website. There's a button that says, I think, buy me a coffee or something, buy me a tea. I can't remember. My daughter worked it out. She did all the hard work. All I do is sit in the corner and crochet. As you do. And you can just click on that donation and make whatever donation you like. Whatever donation you give to me, half of it will go towards purchasing items at the show. The show is on July 15, 16 and 17. I will be there at the stand. If you are a Bendigo local or if you are coming to the show from anywhere around the state or even the country, even from another country, come and join us at that station. Now, I will actually let you know what shed I will be in because there's different sheds for different people. And I will let you know what shed I will be in and you can actually come to that shed. I won't know until probably the night before. So I can't tell you now. They don't send us a letter and say, right, you're in this shed. It just doesn't happen. I don't know until the night before because the night before is when I set up my table. So I will leave that notification on our community board, might pop a small video up just with me in it. I can't put anyone in there for legal reasons. I'm not allowed to record anyone else, but I can record myself at my station. And then I'll have a chat with them if they allow me to record other people's. It's just entirely up to them. Yeah. And that's it. So, oh my gosh, I'm missing the chat again. What? I learned how to write left-handed so I could teach my left-handed students. Oh, way to go, Corrine. Wow. You've got your brain working on both sides of your body. Well done. This is very honourable, Corrine. It's beautiful, isn't it? She's a lovely lady, Corrine. I was left-handed also. I had to transform for the same reason. Angela, it's unbelievable, isn't it? You know, but I think it's because years ago, the basis of a left-handed was someone who showed dominance, right? And dominance was classified as an evil thing, which is ridiculous. None of it is evil. It's just someone who can't focus on the right side, but focuses on the left side. So, you know what? Get over yourselves, everyone. That's what I tell them. Tell them all to get over themselves. In the meantime, let's get on with this. You've all been waiting for this, guys. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop my camera in a minute. And then I want to hear anyone who can pick a colour on the piece of paper. And that colour, or one of them, I will pick up and I will read the question on that out. And anyone can answer the question. But I'm happy to pick whoever says a colour. So I'm going to drop the camera now. Now, every time I do this, my camera goes crooked. Really weird, isn't it? And there we go. These are my colours. You've got yellow, blue, green, grey, brown, red, purple, orange, pink. And you can pick any one of these colours. There will be a question inside there with a number and the amount that we are going to use. And someone said orange, someone said purple. So Daphne and Raylene. Daphne says orange, Raylene says purple. Let's do that first. Orange for Daphne. There's your orange, yeah? And your amount on that one is $1, okay? So the question is, what is the name of the health fitness app I am on? I only talked about this Wednesday. So I don't know if you're going to get that. There's one person on here that knows that because they joined after I'd mentioned it. I don't know whether I'll let her answer. If she wants to answer, she can. What is the name of the health fitness app I am on? That's a tricky one. I will actually might even put this one aside. That's a real tricky one. Now, Raylene, what colour did you say? You said purple. Let's get the purple. Let's put this one aside and we'll ask that one later unless somebody knows the answer. Yeah? Purple is for $3. Power Pal. Oh, close. No, it's not Power Pal. Nice one though, Karen. Well done. The next one is for $3. All right, let's keep that one aside. We can re-ask that question later. For $3, when will our next big giveaway be? Corrine says, My Fitness Pal. That's the one. Now, I will do a double on that. That's $1. I will give $2 if you can mention my handle name, Corrine. The name I use on the My Fitness Pal. In the meantime, when will our next giveaway be? Who knows that one? Hello, Teresa. Auntie T's in the house. My sister's in the house. After Bendigo, oh no, that's a normal giveaway. I mean a big giveaway. Something that's, but a good one, Raylene. Yes, because that's one giveaway. After the wool show, Rachel, yes, that's a normal giveaway. The one I'm doing after the wool show is an average giveaway. I'm talking the big giveaway. 20K, thank you, Karen. Whenever I reach, thank you, Raylene. Whenever I reach a milestone number, if you will, on YouTube, I do a massive giveaway. And Corinne's answered the Mesta. Okay, my name on My Fitness Pal is called Mesta. That's MZZTA. Obviously, when I was young, people called me Mez, whatever. So I put myself down. Actually, it was different. A few years ago, it was Maggie Moo. As in cow, because I was big, so I just said, oh, it's terrible. And the word Maggie was the name of a character I used in a book that I wrote once that nobody's ever seen because it won't get published, but that's okay. So the answer to My Fitness Pal, that's $1, was My Fitness Pal, yeah, and then another $1 because she gave me my handle name. My handle name is Mesta on My Fitness Pal. So there you go. That's one answer done. And the other one was the 20,000 subscriber. That's when I'm doing my next giveaway. And that was $3. Oh, hang on. I forgot to put another $1 for that one there. Yep. Because I had to do double on that one, didn't I? Yep. So that's easy. That's easy. Yeah, that was too easy. Well, not really. Okay. We go back to Bonnie said orange. I think we've done orange. So Rachel said purple. Let's grab a oh, we've done Rachel's. Yep. What was after purple? Who said what? I said what? No one has. Okay. All right. Well, we'll put the camera down and we'll show you again. That is big news. Yes. I'm not there yet. You'll find out how many I have in a minute with one of these questions. Elaine. Daphne says red. Oh gosh, here we go, red. And Bonnie says yellow. Let's do Bonnie's first because Daphne's already done one. Yeah. So let's do Bonnie's. Oh, Bonnie, this one's too easy. I don't even know why I've done this one because I've done this before. But it's for 50 cents. Okay. Yes, it was Corrine. Yes. But it's for 50 cents. What is my favorite color? Too easy. First in, first best dress. Let's go. You know that. Regulars newbies may not know this, but my regulars, I've asked that question a gazillion times. They know it. They know it. I'm going to even put the 50 cents there because I know you know it. I'm just going to add it. Red. Raylene says red. Paula says red. Bonnie says red. Everybody knows it. That's a question I should never have put on. I've asked that before. Red says Karen. Gee, funny how you think it might be a red. Well, that's kind of a brown, that one. Pink. Oh, no, Angela. I actually don't like pink very much. Even though I use pink a bit, I actually don't like pink very much. I'm a red girl. All right, so let's answer the next one, which was Daphne's. She chose red. Oh, here we go. This is a question that relates to, thank you, Corrine, red. This is a question that relates to the subscribers, yeah? It says, $2 for how many subscribers do I actually have? How many subscribers do I actually have? Yeah? You may have to look at the channel to find out. Oh, look, to read it. Oh, Corrine, you might read it one day. I got told 16.4. Cool. I will double it if you can tell me how much 16.4. Is it just 16.4? I will double it. It's $2 for 16.4. I will double it if you tell me how many of the 16.4 it is. Is it 16.401, 16.425, 16.490? What is it? Hopefully it doesn't change since before I started the live. I've probably gone down though, my luck. Anyway, I'm going to put that aside because that's a double one. 16.4 and more information. And you may not be able to see it. Oh, you could. You should. You should be able to see it. I think. If you go to my About Me page, go to my About Me and you'll see. Yeah. Oh, look, I'll leave it there. We'll leave it at $1, at $2, and I'll double it if anybody can work it out. All right. In the meantime, let's drop the camera and let's choose some colours. Oops, don't show anyone the answers. And my yarn is everywhere. All right, so these are the colours. Oh, they're not even in here. Here we go. That's better. All right, you've got green, grey, brown, pink, blue. 16,420 says Corrine. Oh, maybe I see a different number. I think it's a little more than that. I see a different number completely. Okay, so what are we looking at? We've got green, grey, brown, pink, blue. Pink says Bonnie. We'll do pink. I have a funny feeling this one's your question, Bonnie. I have a funny feeling it is. I do have a funny feeling it is. If it is, you can't answer. Elaine says grey and Corrine says grey, so we'll choose grey in a minute. Oh, no, it's not your question. This is for $2.50. And it is, what is my favourite time of the year? Rachel says 16,700 and whatever it is, 75 or something. 1675. It's actually 16. You're close. It's actually 16,000. I'll do the double. It's 16,447 when I last looked. Whoops. Throw my pen everywhere. Christmas. Thank you, Raylene. Okay, so I've doubled. What was it? What was the number I had to double? I'm going to find out now. I had to double the 2. So it's now 4. Oh my gosh, this is costing me a fortune. I'm going to be in a lot of bad way. All right, so Christmas, we got that one, $2.50, that one. That one's an easy one too. I never should have put that one in, but anyway. Halloween, actually, you know what, Daphne? Halloween is actually my favourite time of year, but Christmas is my most favourite time of the year because it's one of those things that it's one of those things. It's just, I love it. Family, you know, noise, summer. It's all like here in Australia, it's summer around Christmas. Overseas, I know it's not. All right, so let's get on with what's happening. I do love Halloween though, as you all know. So we've got green, grey, brown, blue. Help me choose. Help me choose. Did we end up doing that last one? I can't remember. What did we do? We've done that one. I've got to put these down because they're just confusing me here. Oh, I'm missing the chat. Anyone saying anything? Okay. All right. Okay. My most favourite time of the year, $2.50. Put that in there already. Blue says Bonnie, yes. And green says Angela, yes. All right, blue and green we've got so far. Let's do the blue and the green. All right, there's the blue for Bonnie. Hopefully this is not your question. If it's your question, Bonnie, you can't answer, yeah? It's your question. All right, what is my favourite stitch? Actually, that can be tricky because I have quite a few, but what do you think would be my favourite stitch? I have a few. See, it's interesting. Angela says green and Elaine says grey, so we've got the 2 so far. We'll leave those there. So what is my favourite stitch? Half double? No, it's not my favourite. I do a lot of half double, but it's actually not. V-stitch, Raylene, you're in, baby. Karen's in, Corinne's in. Oh, what was it? What was the number? Hello. I forgot to tell you the price. I don't know what I've done with it. Just talk amongst yourselves. What's my favourite stitch? $1.50. Come on, Mary, get with it. Get rid of wood. All right. So I'm still very nasally, guys, so just bear with me. All right. Okay, green. Angela says green. Now, Angela, here's the question. For the money, it's $1. What is my least favourite item or project to make? Now, a lot of newbies won't know this, and it's sort of not so much an item or a project, but it's a part of crocheting that I don't like doing? Good question, I must say. Yes, good question, Bonnie. So what is my least favorite item or project to make? Something to do with knitting. Achu, no, but yes. 16,478 has, so it's gone up by one, has it, Angela? Any kind of knitting? No. Socks? No. Amigurumi and McSee, you've been following me a long time. It's definitely amigurumi, and that's $1 towards Bendigo. Thank you. Anne, I know you've been following me way too long, which is a good thing. I can't imagine Christmas in summer. I try it, though. Always wanted to see Australia. Come to Melbourne. Come and visit us. Amigurumi, yes, thank you, Corinne. Now, I don't know who chose the grey before. I can't remember. Let's go back. Let's see who chose the grey. Grey was Elaine. All right, Elaine, here's a question. Are you ready? And this is for $2. This one, I practically gave it away to you before, but you may have got confused with two items. So it says, what do I make or crochet / when I can't be bothered using my brains? What sort of a thing do I crochet when I can't be bothered using my brains? That's a terrible thing. When I don't want to think about anything. When I'm not thinking, what was it again? How much was it? It was for $2. Granny square. Thank you, Daphne. Double crochet. Okay, Raylene. No, but definitely a granny square. But that's why I said it might have confused you, because I used double crochet on that piece. Definitely granny square. Thank you, Corrine. Thank you, Anne McSee. Definitely granny square. Oh my gosh, what did I say it was? $2. Come on, woman. You only had one job. Read the number. Granny square. Thank you, Karen. Double crochet in the circle. Oh, no, not really. I have to think about that. I have to count. With a granny, I don't need to count. I just go. Granny's so easy. People are really frightened to do granny squares. I think it looks so difficult and daunting. But you don't have, once you get that pattern, you don't have to think anymore. You look for a space, you put your 3 in there. You look for a corner, you put your double set in there. It's really quite easy. But a lot of people don't like them. I never liked them growing up, but I do use them now. That's what I call a dumb project. I shouldn't say that. That's not nice. Zip it. Brown. This is the last one left. No one's chose it. I'm just going to choose it because it's the last one left. Oh, here we go. This is a question where I can double it. Okay. The initial amount is $3, but I will double it if you give me names of what I'm about to ask you. And you may not know them. Teresa, you can't answer this because you'll probably know this, so you can't answer. Yeah? Oh, well, you would know it because it's your family, right? It says, how many pets do I have at the moment? Don't include that spider I used to have. How many pets at the moment do I have? Oh, how many do I have? Oh, 2. Oh, well, that's funny. That's my treat. All right. Now, here's the trick question. The trick question to give you $6 and not 3. What are their names? What? What are their names? I don't think everyone's going to get this. Because look, I think I've mentioned what they are. All right, I can even settle with what they are. What are my pets? Subtle hint there, Elaine. All right, I know how to get one of the names out. It's something that you put on your food that makes you sneeze. Achoo! Oh, bless me. So what would that name be? A cat and a dog. Thanks, Raylene. Dog and cat. Thank you, dog and cat. Pepper. Thank you, Daphne. Pepper is the name of my cat. And I'm practically giving these answers to you. Know that, guys. Teddy. Oh, Anne McSee. She got the dog. I was about to say the next one had something to do with a bear. Yes, thank you, Anne. She's so good, Anne. Teddy is the name of our rescue dog. We got a rescue dog about 3 years ago. He was about 11, 2 years ago, I think, something like that. He's about 11 years old then. He was a frail old thing. He didn't let anyone touch him. That's how bad he was. Now, if we go to pat him here and then we stop, he puts his neck there. He wants you to pat him more. Still a little bit edgy, but he loves us now, comes running up to us, and he loves everything now. And like he's had a burst of life this year. we thought he was a frail old thing, and now he's just so happy because he knows that he can have, you know, built a bit of trust. But he was a rescue dog. His name was Teddy, and Pepper, our cat, was the name of our cat, and that made $6. I told you it was a double deal. Oh my gosh, this is going to be murder on me. Did we answer all the questions? What's my favorite color? We did that one. I think was there one we didn't answer? Let's have a look. When will our next big giveaway? We did that one. I think the orange one, the first one. Oh no, we did the Fitness Pal. Yes, we answered all the questions. Now, if you didn't know this, I'm on a Fitness Pal called My Fitness Pal, fitness app. My handle name is Mesta, and I've been on it for years, but I've only just recently started focusing on it again. So there you go. Now let's go back. What did I miss? You didn't do green, did you? I've done them all, honey. They're all done. Everything's done. Dad just bought me a cup of tea. I love your dad, Karen. Can you move in with us? Granny Square. Yes, thank you, Angela. Did you do green? I did, didn't I? Let's have a look at the green. I'll find the green question. Hang on a sec. Orange, purple, yellow, brown, grey, green. Here's the green. The green was... I did do it. It was what is my least favourite item, which was the amigurumi. It was the amigurumi answer. So there we go. We're done. We're done. So now the job of tallying up. Does anyone got a calculator hand? Anyone with a calculator? Calculator handy? Anyone? Anyone? Fine, I'll do it myself. I can give you numbers and then you try. And give me a rough. If it turns out wrong, I just fix it later. Okay? Are we ready? Who's got a calculator handy? Anyone? Anyone? I can start doing it if you like. How many fives are there? 1, 2, 3. How many? 3 times? Have you got a calculator, Teresa? All right, ready? 268. That's the main number, $268. Yeah. You ready? Plus $2.50. Plus $1. Plus 3. Plus 1. Plus 50 cents. Plus $2. Plus $4. It's one of those doubles. Plus $2.50. Plus $1.50. Plus $1. Plus $2. Plus $6. That was the last one, which was double. Now, I might just redo it again after, or calculate it again afterwards, and it doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter what you came up with, if it's right or wrong. $2.95, says Teresa. $2.95, $2.95. That means that's a lot of money. Oh my gosh, and we're not even up to July yet, mid-July. Holy macaroni. But half of it has come from you guys, from donations. Thank you, everyone saying $2.95. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you, Raylene. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Auntie T. No calculator here. All good, Elaine. Look, seems everybody's got one. Everybody's got it. It's all good. Oh, Pepper, we're getting some older, must be a bit of a delay on internet here, because we're getting some older answers from questions from before. That's interesting. But anyway, that's the amount of money we're up to at the moment. $295, or roughly thereof. I always near it up to the nearest dollar. If we end up with $299, it'll be $300 or whatever. So what I'll do is, on the weekend that I go to, all good, Elaine. That's very clever, Elaine. Your brain, geez, you're good. Well, I suppose if it's given to you in small sums, you can total it with your brain, but some of our brains don't work very often. The lady in the mirror told me that. She's such a dag. She's such a cow. Moo moo. Anyway, the lady in the mirror, don't you love her? I don't. She drives me nuts. And what I'm going to do on that weekend, I'm so out of control. On that weekend, I will spend a bit of money from other smaller stands, or people just like me. And of course, I'm going to spend some money at you know where. The Tandy Farm. Now, if you didn't know this, I did an interview with Tom from Tandy Farms last year, I think it was, last January, February, March, I can't remember, around that time. And we purchased some yarn from him, and he also did a giveaway with us as well, which the lovely Karen B won, which was fantastic. So I did a giveaway then, and I loved his yarn, and I created, where is it? The boxy, Trebbleberry boxy jumper. Yeah. On the channel with you guys, we did this jumper. Yeah. Very big, wide jumper for someone who's big and wide. The lady in the mirror again. But there you go. So we did that last year, and I'm looking forward to seeing Tom from Tandy Farms. I know for a fact that he was there last year, and both of us packed up and left like we all did. So I have a funny feeling he's going to be there this year. He's probably there every year. As a part of the sheep and wool thing, he has to be there. He has his own sheep, the Polworth sheep, which they create that gorgeous yarn with. And he also does hand dyeing there, and you get to stay on the farm as well. That's the best thing. You get to stay on his little farm. You get to do the hand dyeing sessions with him. I mean, you have to pay for it. It's like anything, really. But it's all a lot of fun. And if you're anything like us who are fiberists, if you will, can we call ourselves fiberists? You would really enjoy that. Tom is a wonderful person, and you get to meet Mum. I love his mum. His mum is so cute. So I will be seeing Tom there, hopefully, and purchasing, obviously, some yarn from him. And also little things. We might get some crochet hooks from people. We might get some scissors. We might get a certain measuring tape. We might get plenty of yarn. We might get patterns. We could do anything. We could purchase anything, because that's what this is all about. Yeah, this is what raising the funds for that is all about. So, I mean, I have to thank those people that you don't actually see, who do head over to my website and do some donations occasionally. And the people in the background that you don't see, that never come on watch our lives, because they talk to me about it. They never come on and chat on our lives, but are also in the background and doing background things that you guys never see. And I want to give them a very special thanks today. And a big thank you to those of you who are on our live, chatting away, and also making friends through our lives as well, because you guys, I've noticed there's about 7 or 8 of you that now socialize together, and you met on our lives or our channel here at Wow Crochet Designs. So that's great. If there's anybody you meet and you don't like them, don't talk to them, because, you know, use your judgment, yeah? But otherwise, our fibre group is such a welcoming group. We have a lot of fun together, and sometimes we have too much fun, which gets us into a lot of trouble, but it's good trouble. All right. Okay, to have a question, hang on a sec, come back. Elaine says, what's your favorite hook? My favorite hook is the Clover Soft Touch. Now, I know other people use the other Clover, what's it called? Clover Armor. That's the one. But I use the Clover Soft Touch. This is a 6mm hook. But I use, normally on the channel, I'm using a 4mm hook, a 4.5 or a 5. Those are the main sizes I use on the channel. Occasionally we'll do something big like that with a 6mm hook, but it's been a while. I think we made a blanket using an 8mm hook or a 9mm hook. For the life of me, can't remember. This is such a long time ago. So we do create more for the 4mm hook, 4.5 or 5. Those are the main sizes that I use on the channel, and I use the Clover Soft Touch. It's the only one I'll use. Rounded up to 300 with a bonus question. Oh, and I haven't got a bonus question. Why don't you ask me one? Did the other lady in the mirror answer back? She always does. She's crazy like that. Good one, Anne. Yeah. That is when you have to worry, Auntie T. Oh, I'm in trouble then, Elaine, because that woman always answers back. It's just such a pain. All right, Anne, so you asked me a question, and I'll round it up to 300. That's $5. Go. Ask, but it's got to be a good question. I can't think of a question right now. You put me on the spot. You know, the questions that you saw today took me at least half an hour to think about. Seriously. I am a 5 or a 5.5 lover, yes. We use 5 very often on the channel. We do use it often because we use a lot of 10 ply or a 4. Try it again. 10 ply yarn or a number 4 weight yarn or an Aran yarn. But this one here is an Aran. These yarns here are both Aran. They will be using, you'll need a 5mm hook for that. She can answer, you just can't fight her. What is Clover Touch? Why is Clover Touch my favorite? All right, good question, Anne. I'm going to even put that $5 on there and make it $300 because I'm going to answer that, and I'll tell you why. A lot of people talk about ergonomical hooks. A lot of people talk about the Clover Armor, why I prefer this one than the Armor. Now, everyone's different. I've got let's get technical. I've got a stubby little hand, yeah? It's short from there to there. It's short. When I use the larger hooks that are ergonomical, they're rather long, the ergonomical ones. So it annoys me here. So I can't use those long hooks. I have to use a short one. Now, I'm even finding this one here can annoy me a little bit around there, yeah? But still, it's less annoying than using a metal. When I use a metal, forget it, that hurts my hand, or steel, or whatever you want to call it. They hurt my hands, so I can't use those at all. The Clover Armor I find heavier than this. This is a lot lighter to use. I need to have something that's very lightweight. So there are many reasons why I use this one. I've wanted to try others, and there are others I've used on the channel as well. So don't get me wrong. This is not the only one I've used during my recording. It's the only one I've used lately during my recording. But there are many hooks that I have used as well. I do use pencil, a grip, a knife grip. When it comes to grip, someone told me I crochet like a bloke. What? Like a man, because I hold my hand real tough and I crochet like that, which is no good for your wrist. Heads up there. But it's the knife hold, really. It's like the knife hold, yeah? But for me, it's more of a fighting hold. I want to punch my crochet. I'm going to beat up on my crochet. How weird is that? So I've popped that $5 there. So we're up to $300. Thank you, Anne, for that. You just made me spend more money. Thanks, Anne. I prefer hooks that make me comfortable to use. Yep. Pencil grip knife. Yes. I use different ones for different weights. Yes. Now I have used different hooks before. Don't think that I will only use this one. I do only use this one more often. Put it that way. But this is I like lightweight hooks. Knife. So you need a shorter hook. That's right. I need a shorter hook, but I also need it to be light. This is a lightweight hook. The Armor is heavier than this. In fact, I think I might weigh it one day and see what the difference is. But I think that the Armor has that thing over it, like that solid, I don't know, rubber thing over it, that I think it weighs a little bit too much. So it's heavier on my wrist, which is why I use the soft one. Have you ever tried using Susan Bates with the soft grip? Someone else told me about it. I'm a bit worried about spending a lot of money on a hook that may not work for me. I've heard about them. I've heard good things. I'm a little bit worried. It's fun to spend money. Very, really fun when it's not your own. Well, this is mine. This is my cash money. Well, not all of it. I'm telling a lie. Not all of it. Some of these are donations that people made on the website. Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still a bit sick. Let me have another drink. Oh, yeah. Those fancy hooks weigh a lot. Thank you, Elaine. Now, the only reason I've used this one is because it's lightweight. It is really lightweight. That's one of the only main reasons I use it. I actually don't like the hold of it, but I just like it because it's lightweight. So each to their own, you know, Elaine. Everybody has a different. You need to play with things to. You need to play with things to get the size that you want. I'm very itchy now, guys. I don't know if it's the yarn. Why did it just be sinus right now? You've got to pull. Yeah, you've got to pull. A pool? As in swimming pool? No, not in my little tiny backyard. Not in my little tiny, what do I call it, a den out there? What's the price point of your hooks you use? Now, these ones, it depends. Like I purchased one for $12. I've purchased one for $18. I've purchased one for $21. It just depends on the price at the time. I try to wait for them to go on special, which never happens. It never happens. So I wait around for too long and then I end up spending a lot of money on them. But they're actually not as expensive as a Susan Bates or some of the other ones. These ones here, I think you can get them. At a store, you spend a lot of money. I spend $17 something at a store when I walk in off the street. If you buy them online somewhere, I'm sure there are websites that will be cheaper for you to get them. The only thing is you may have to pay for delivery anyway. So I'm kind of wondering whether it's easy to walk into a store and spend the money while you're there. I don't really know, where you can get them that's cheaper. Prim is light. I've tried Prim. Let me talk to you about that in a minute. Never tried one. I think all they are plastic. Yes, it's plastic. I used a Prim here for... What did I use it on? Oh, I used it on the blanket that we made. Not a blanket, it was a mat that we made. Big W and Lincraft. They don't sell these ones, Teresa. I've tried them. Not the clovers. Big W and Lincraft will not sell a clover. They sell other crochet hooks, but not clover. I've been everywhere for them. Where I get mine from, what's the name of the store? Oh, it's in Elizabeth Street. Teresa, you'd know this one. Elizabeth Street up the top, on top of the bookstore. I can't remember the name of the store. I'll tell you in a minute when I think about it. I struggled with the Prim, Elaine, but it's also, the pool is a pool of money. Oh, pool of money. I'm thinking swimming pool. That's funny. I'm trying to remember the name of that store. Who knows the name of the store? Morris and Sons. Thank you, Teresa. It's at Collins Street. Duh, what did I say Elizabeth Street for? She doesn't even know where she's sitting. Where am I? Collins Street. Morris and Sons. I buy mine at Morris and Sons. Now, the last time I bought one of these was $14. It has been so long because I buy in bulk. One lady said to me, I bought 4 number 4s, right? And she said to me, you realize they're all the same number? I said, yep. And she says, but there's 4 of them. Do you need 4? Do you really need 4? I said, yep. One of my number 4s, you see that thing right there? That's a little bit of it's like a bit of a rubber. Yeah. One of them I used for so long that I had nail marks in it. Yeah. That doesn't happen anymore because what I do is I bought in bulk and I use a 4 in here, a 4 on the couch, a 4 on the table. So wherever my project is, I've got 4s everywhere for that project because I know there's number 4 everywhere. There's 4 4s everywhere, 4 5s, 4 5.5s. Sometimes there's more. I have more in bags as well. So I've already purchased these in the past. I haven't purchased one of these in a very long time, so I can't even tell you how much they are now. If you use US, Joanne sells them. Well, no, US is no good for me, Elaine, because it'll cost us a fortune in shipping because we're in Australia. I buy lots of 7 because they're hard to find. Rotate. I'm not sure what rotate. Oh, yes, I rotate. Yes, Elaine. I buy them from Hobby and US conversion costs $10.30. Oh, do you? Elaine, do they have these at Hobby? These particular ones? Is that right? I'm going to have to look that up. Hobby, huh? Because I've bought from Hobby before. Yeah, Anne's also an Australian. So if you've bought from Hobby, then I'm going to try it too. There you go. So that's the hook I use. Trivia behind this hook is I've used metal hooks. I've used other types of hooks that have actually done damage to my hand. So don't do that. When you're feeling uncomfortable, buy a hook that suits your hand. I do that. Each project has its hook with it. So I have several of the small size or the same size. I have a lot of the same size. I have a lot of every number except your very large numbers and your very, very small ones. I don't use the small ones a lot. I do make doilies on the odd occasion. Getting hiccups now. This happens a lot when I get online. I start getting hiccups. Give me 1 second. I'll just get rid of them. Hold the breath a little bit. So I do use small ones when I'm doing doilies, and I only ever do doilies when I have a stall. So I've started doing doilies again, which is really tired on the hand. Because I'll be doing my stalls coming up. Boo, says Sherry. Hello, you scared me. This is our secret, right? It's our secret, Elaine. Only, how many did we have? 17,000. How many subscribers do I have? 14,000. What is it? I failed maths. What I have? Is Pipeworks still in the works? Well, let's talk about Pipeworks for a minute, Teresa. Definitely from hobby, just bought some with the yarn, so no postage. Well, Karen, I'm going to have to look into that. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Anne, and thank you, Karen. Now, Teresa, Pipeworks. Let's talk about Pipeworks. A little bit disappointed in them at the moment. I sent them an email last week, I think it was, a week before. I got an email back saying, oh, it's still on the go, but we're still waiting for something and da-da-da-da. So they're still waiting for their, I'm so itchy now. They're still waiting for their go. They can't, if they can't go, we can't go. The place is still closed down at the moment. So once they get an opportunity to open up, then we'll get an opportunity to be there. They have my money, so they better hurry up and get on the go. Knowing my luck, I've already discussed this with family, guarantee you that their opening weekend will be the weekend I'm at Bendigo. I can totally guarantee you. And then they'll cancel that. They'll cancel Bendigo and I'll be stuck at home again. No, let's fingers crossed. They can't cancel Bendigo this year. They cannot do it because if Bendigo gets cancelled, heads are going to roll. Heads will roll this year. I don't know whose, but they will. I'll find some heads. I'll roll them. So hopefully they don't cancel. Yeah, it was no permit. That's right. There wasn't a permit, Elaine. There was some sort of permit issue. They couldn't give me an answer because I said, what do you mean? No, I got no answer. But look, I was very sad for me, but I was also angry for the people who had food stalls because they had their vans ready to go. This was the night before, was pulled out from under us, literally 6 p.m. the night before. What? So for me, my stock is still sitting in the middle of the lounge room. I got boxes everywhere, just ready to go into the car and off to the market. And I'm just waiting and waiting. And I was saying to family yesterday, maybe I should just put everything back. Because it's just everywhere. But the only reason I've got it there is because if they tell us on Friday afternoon, right, tomorrow the store's opening, bang, I just pop it all straight in the car and then it's ready to go. But they can't really do that. They'd have to give us some sort of week notice, I hope. So if they don't give us a week notice, that first weekend, no one's going to make any sales because nobody will know about it. There's not enough time to promote it. Yeah. Like when it first started, I was promoting it for 3 or 4 weeks. I was talking about it. Everything I said was Pipeworks this, Pipeworks. And I kept saying their name, thinking, why am I saying their name when they're not even open? They're not even a company yet. Even though they used to be a company years ago. I think they closed down about 8 years ago, and then they shifted to another venue, and then they were going to reopen, and that's when everything failed. And it was a permit issue. It was a permit issue, and because of that, we're kind of stuck. What's guaranteed, Elaine? The permit? No permit guaranteed? Guaranteed means it is guaranteed or it's not guaranteed. At this stage, it's not guaranteed. Until they see a permit, we won't see them open and we won't be able to open. But again, they've got our cash. So if they don't open, we're going to have to ask for the money back. Because you've got to pay. To do stalls, you've got to pay. You don't just open up a stall and people assume that you're just there for free. It doesn't work that way. You got to pay for that spot. You got to pay to sell your goods, and that's the way it works. So they've got my money. I'm going to sit in a corner and cry. No. Can't do much about it. It's like anything. You just have to take everything with a grain of salt. All 16,000 of us. Thank you. I think it was 17 or 16. Will march off Parliament. Brandishing crochet hooks. Power to us. Crochet power to us. We could do that. Imagine me. Can you imagine me? Excuse me, Mr. Government. Excuse me, Mr. Government. We want to crochet. I get thrown out. The open date will be the same as Bendigo. The open date will be the same as Bendigo. How do you know, Elaine? Do you know? Do you know something that I don't know? How come I don't know and you know? What's going on, Elaine? If that's the case, I have to miss the open date for Pipeworks because I wait once a year for what happens at Bendigo, and I'm not missing Bendigo. Will cardboard cutouts for overseas subscribers to march at Parliament? That's hilarious, Teresa. I can actually see us doing that. Oh, sitting there with our cardboards, this person and me. And our crochet hooks. Look, I mean, we can laugh about it, but it really isn't that funny. It's massive losses from everyone. Good idea, Teresa. Could you just imagine me with my cardboard cutouts? Oh, it is a joke. Is that Elaine? Oh, good, because I'm thinking, something I don't know. That's hilarious. Hello, Jodie K. Oh, you've walked in. We've done all our questions. We've made $300 altogether. Up to date, not today. $300 to date for the Australian Sheep and Wool Show happening on the 15th, 16th, 17th of July. Now, by the way, guys, if you do go to the sheep show, one quick tip, wear a lot of clothes because it's going to be icy cold. Okay, just heads up. Wear your jackets, wear your scarves, wear your gorgeous crochet scarves or knitting, actually, scarves. See, the allergy comes back every time I say the word. Wear your scarves, wear your beanies if you're one to wear beanies to keep warm. Keep yourself warm because it is cold in those places because they're just sheds. They're not like big gourmet. It's not food. They're not these big fancy places with ducted heating and fancy air conditionings and things. No, they're just sheds. I've been fighting a headache. Oh, have you? Oh, Jodie. I'll try not to yell too much. It's really hard for me because that's what I do. Just turn the volume down. If I start shouting, turn the volume down. Oh, look, notice how I do that. It's not like that. It's probably like this. Depends on where you're watching. If you're watching on a computer, it's that way. If you're watching on a phone, you're just pressing the little thing on the side. Or there's a little thing you can do. I'm getting off track. Who got me off track? Jodie K, you got me off track. It's not hard to do, is it? Have down, okay. Keep it down low, Jodie. Because someone in the background, not me, it's the lady in the mirror, she's really loud. Well, I tell her to be quiet, but she won't listen. All right, so guys, this is where we're up to. It's so out of control. This is where we're up to. We have a beautiful sum for the Australian Sheep and Wool Show. We will be doing this again. Won't be next weekend or on Wednesday. We'll be doing this again closer to the date as well. So get excited, guys, because we're going to be raising some more cash for that. Normal sheds, not Jeff's shed. No, normal sheds. They're little sheds, not the big shed. Oh, you're being funny, Karen. That went right over my head. That went right over. I'm sitting there thinking, oh, well, no, I can't put it in Jeff's shed. What? Jeff's shed? Oh, you're being funny. She's being funny. If you didn't know, guys, for those of you overseas, she's being funny. I hope you're being funny. Excuse me. I've got to take a drink. Sorry, guys. So as you all know, I've been sick for the past few weeks with flu. Now, it's okay. It just meant I haven't done anything on the channel for over a week and a half, maybe 2 now. So as of this week, I mentioned on Wednesday that this week will be the week we start back. We are starting back this week. Monday, we're doing catch-up. I'm doing catch-up, sorry, not you, me. Tuesday, I've got my business day where I'll be continue with pattern writing, and that's our cardigan, which should have gone out a few weeks back. Still hasn't gone out. My apologies for that. It's what happens when you make a mistake and you have to fix it. And then you get sick, just to top it off. So that's coming out this week or the early of the next week. So definitely joking. Thanks, Karen. So bear with me, guys, on this. It is coming out. Just going to take a little bit longer than I did state, and I apologize in advance for that, or after the fact as well. You'll have that in advance after the fact. Wednesday, we'll have our Wednesdays live like normal. Thursday, you will get your mittens from the lovely Corrine. That was one of her color combinations. The pattern is mine. It's a basic pattern, but you will get the gorgeous mittens that Corrine chose the color combination for. Now, I don't usually show the color combination or the item before I pop it up, but because I've been sick, it's been 2 weeks and it's just been lying around. It's been sitting there for 2 weeks. Literally there, Corrine. Every time I show you, I just put it back down there. Haven't touched it in 2 weeks, right? Don't you love it? But I will get this out either this Thursday or Friday, the latest. Definitely going out this week. Fingers crossed I stay well now. Elaine, are you searching for this? It hasn't gone up yet, darling. It's coming up this Thursday or Friday. All right, so bear with us on it. Still sick. Sorry, guys. I'm still unwell, but it's getting better. And Friday, obviously, either one of this this will be either Thursday or Friday. If it comes up on Thursday, maybe Friday, I'll do a small video on what's happening with the cardigan, or I'll leave it for the next week. And I wanted to I talked about that red vest. Yes, we've already talked about that. We're going to be popping Pretty as a Peacock blanket link in the description box down below after the live. The Hexagon blanket in the description box down below. The 5-star blanket in the description box down below after the live. So once our live is finished, the minute we finish, just go down to the bottom. Well, no, wait 5 minutes. It takes me a while to get the links over. It takes me a while to find them. I got to find the link, and then I got to bring it over, and then I copy and paste it and all that jazz. So give it about 5 minutes, maybe 10 after the live for those links to go in that description box. Now, as I mentioned, there will be occasions that you will see flashbacks. I'll call it a flashback. You will see flashbacks on our community board of certain projects that we've made in the past. Just in case you have just joined us new today and you want something and you think that we haven't made it when we have, I will put those on our community board as a flashback. And what will happen is it won't just go on our board, it'll also go on our Facebook page, and it'll also go on our Instagram page, giving any newbies the option to think, wait, I didn't know you made one of those. And it gives you a chance to watch some of those other videos as well. So you can pick some of the items that you would like to create. We've made a lot of videos on the channel to date. I don't even know. I should calculate how many we've done. But when I say videos, I wanted to calculate the ones that are crochet projects. So not so much stitches, but more projects that we've made, like blankets or cardigans, or, well, we haven't actually done a cardigan. This is going to be our first one. But we have done summer tops. We've done ponchos. We've done other little things that just, flip over the head kind of things. But there are things that you may have forgotten that we've made, or that you are wanting to make it but didn't know we made one. You'll be seeing those happening over the next few weeks. I kept thinking a while back that I should do that. Today's little live has given me that little boost to do that. So I'll be doing that more often than I've never done it. No, I have. I've put a couple of items on our community board because someone's asked me for it, but more so that I'm going to do it as a regular thing. So every now and then you'll see me pop up something that we've already done. It won't be on the video. It won't be a new video. It'll just be me saying, right, you can head off to this link. Click this link if you want to make this blanket. Click this link if you want to make this poncho, or whatever it is that I'm doing. So there are a lot of other little things that we've made along the way as well. We've made little love heart bookmarks. We've made heart magnets. We've made doilies. We've made one doily. No, we made two. No, we've made one. Sorry. We've made little things that you don't see as well as big things as well. So we've made blankets. We've made a lot of stuff. I can't go into them all, but we've made a lot. So occasionally you will see me pop those videos up on our community board for you to revisit, or for you to say, okay, I've never made one of those. I wouldn't mind making one. So it gives you an opportunity to rewatch that. Those are the things I wanted to talk about today, guys. Is there any questions that you would like to ask? Just told Dad that there are 15 people in need of a cup of tea. He laughed. 12 now, I think. We've gone down to 12. Yeah, some of our subscribers have dropped out because they didn't get any of that money that we made. I don't know. But God, it disappeared real quickly. We had 21 on, now we got down to 12. Oh, that went real fast. But we did raise some money today, so that's good. We won't be doing that on Wednesday. We won't be doing it on Saturday, but closer to Bendigo, we'll do this again, where we'll have a Wednesday and a Saturday where we get to raise some more funds for the sheep show. Now, I don't know, maybe we'll do something else, a set of questions. I'll think about it. Let me think about it. If I don't think about anything exciting, we'll just do questions. Questions are fun. Look, I can say to you, right, I'm going to go and spend $100. I'm going to put in $100 for the show. Let's go and do it, right? But it's more fun to have to have a bit of question and answer time. It's a lot of fun. I was allowing for a couple of lurkers. I'm in for tea. Elaine, can I share the tea with you? We'll go halves. I got a bigger cup. We'll go halves. I have coffee. Well, actually, I'm a coffee girl too, Sherry. But you know what? Whilst I was sick, I did actually use tea. I had a lot of tea. But, I was really fluey. We're talking temperatures. We're talking, I just like a blob on the couch. For the first 3 days, I did nothing, just watch TV. I didn't even watch TV. I fell asleep in front of it. Just left it on and fell asleep most of the time. So it was just 3 days of nothing. But, you know, then I realised there are worse people out there than me. So having a little flu is just something that's, you know, bad luck. But it's done. It's gone. And the worst part was I got the flu pretty much after I had the injection. It's going around the family. Well, once you get it in the house, the whole family's going to get it, right? It's a given. Yeah, once it's there, it's there. And I spray with, what's it called? Can't remember the spray. Let me think about it. My brain. Your happy mail is at the post office. I know. I saw some happy mail at the post office. I just haven't been out of the house. I literally have not left the house since I've been sick. Maybe next year, try not having the flu injection. No, Teresa, that's not the problem. I have the flu injection every year. This was just bad timing. And in fact, it was really bad timing because every year I have the flu injection around March. But they didn't get the flu injection locally until, you know, 3. Glen 20. Thank you, Anne. Anne, are you living in my house? Anne's living in my house. She sprays with Glen 20 as well, do you, Anne? They say it's supposed to work. I got sick. Actually, Andrew got sick about a month ago, 5 weeks ago. We sprayed the house. We didn't get sick with that one. But I must have picked up something at the shops. And then the day I picked it up, came home. I haven't left the house in 2 weeks. Nearly 3 it's been. I tell a lie. I went to the shops the other day, supermarket the other day, to get some groceries because there was no food in the house. Whose fault is that? And you get the flu every year. I don't get the flu every year. I get a minor flu. If you have the flu injection and you shouldn't get the heavy flu. I got it because my injection wasn't quick enough. And never have the flu. You don't have the flu because you don't go out. Now you do. You're working now. You're out there in front of other people, coughing and sneezing all over you. You wait for it. Just the spring, summertime. Yeah, once you're out and about and you're in a building where that air conditioner is spinning the air around, it's spinning everybody's germs around, you're going to get sick. You can avoid it all you like. If your immune system is low, you're going to get sick. It's all about the immune system. If that's not strong enough, you're going to get it. You can avoid it as much as you like. The only thing the flu injection does is it actually stops you from getting it really, really bad where you could end up in hospital with it. That's the only thing the flu injection does. It doesn't stop you from getting it. You still get it like anybody else. If someone's going to sneeze or cough in your face, you're going to get it, right? It's as simple as that. It's not going to avoid it, but you're just not going to get it as bad. That's what people don't realize. People don't realize that that's what the flu does. The flu injection does. It stops you from getting it as bad as everybody else. That's what they tell me. So I did get temperature, but they weren't really high. They were mild temperatures that I was able to manage with paracetamol. So I suppose it might have worked. But there was a delay on 3 months before I should have got the injection in March. And I didn't get it until, when did I get it? May, end of May. It was the week before, 8 days before I even got sick. And Andrew never gets the flu injection, and he had it so bad this year, the flu. We were really worried for a long time. So I had a phone call. Oh, I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're back. But we're closing. We're nearly the end of the live. I'd love to stay on and talk, but there's not really much else for me to talk about. Unless you have something you'd like to discuss. If anybody has something they'd like to discuss, we can stick around a bit longer. Otherwise, I might head off and just sit out like a little blob on the couch and crochet for a few hours. With a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. Nice warm cup of coffee under the blankets. Speaking of which, I did use one of my blankets. Whilst I was sick, I put a normal blanket on, and then it wasn't warm enough because I was just so cold, even though we had the heater going. I put another one of my own blankets, crochet blankets, on top of that. There is something I wanted to discuss just quickly. I don't know if it's going to affect us yet. But Victoria, I'm not sure if it's Australia-wide. Victoria is having an electrical problem. So we may lose our electricity. Look, fingers crossed we don't. Fingers crossed that everything works. But they are talking about having some sort of failure eventually. I don't know why. We usually get the flu injection in October. And that's because your winter's in, you got your fall, is that what you call it? Your autumn, and your winter is in the later part of the year. What yarn would you use to make a rug? I tried using, it's a good question, Daphne. I tried using a yarn once. It was like a thick wool, but a rug is not really good to use wool because wool gets frays too much. Here too also. Oh, it is Australia wide then, Anne. Okay, that's interesting. So fingers crossed it doesn't affect us much, but if it does, it means if I lose power, I lose internet. I can use the internet on my phone, but to charge my phone, I need the power. It's like a vicious circle. So fingers crossed it doesn't affect us too much. If it does, all I can do is nothing because I won't even be able to tell you. You like that? All I can do is nothing. I will pre-warn people. That's all I can do through these lives that, you know, we've got power. I'm worried if we lose power, I freeze. I don't like being cold. My heater won't work without the power. So hopefully we don't lose power, but if we do, I'll just have to bear with us, guys. To answer your question, Elaine, I don't know because I've only ever made one rug, and I used wool and I didn't like it. I didn't even like the pattern I used, which is my own pattern too. Oh, you're going, Luana. Catch you soon, honey. That better not happen at the sheep and wool show. Oh, I tell you what, Teresa, heads are going to roll. I tell you what, heads are going to roll. I booked 2 stalls in 2 years. I don't like doing stalls, right? It's the simplest fact. I do not like doing stalls, right? I booked 2 stalls in 2 years. Both cancelled on me the night before. Pipeworks for their issues that they had, and Bendigo because we had no choice. Everybody had to stay indoors, right? I don't even like doing stalls, so it better not get cancelled this year because heads are going to roll. Heads are going to roll. Well, even if it doesn't get cancelled, we've got no power, I still can't go because unless you want to pay by cash, that's fine. But I actually have the cash on the little, you know, square reader that people can scan their cards on. That needs charging. You can't win, but I'm happy to take cash. If you have cash. And that actual fact, when it comes to this thing here, the money that I'm taking with me will be cash anyway. So I'll buy all those items. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I can try and buy them before the show starts. I don't think they'll let me, but we'll try. I don't think they'll let me. They'll say, no, you have to wait till tomorrow. But I can't leave my stand. I'll give the money to you, Raylene. You go and buy all the items for me. Hey, Raylene, you coming on Friday or Saturday? What day are you going to? Bendigo. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, what day are you going to Bendigo, Raylene? You said Friday, I think, didn't you? I do have a friend coming with me on Friday. She's not coming with me. She's got her own little hotel room, and she'll be there on Friday, I think. But I think she's coming Friday lunchtime or after lunch, so she's not there for the morning. The morning I'll be there on my own, so fingers crossed that nothing fails in the morning. We rely on electricity for everything. We do, Elaine, and that's the world today. The world is run by electricity. That's how it's run. You can't go shopping without electricity. You can't. It's just run. Everything's run. You'll be there Friday, will you, Karen? Oh, Karen, no, I don't want to stress you out, darling. You have too much on your plate. Who's taking you? Are you driving yourself, Karen, or is someone taking you on Friday? I think Raylene might be off. She might have gone off to do her thing. She's probably doing housework. Raylene, come here and do my housework for me. Somebody else has got to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm too sick. That's the excuse I'm using. Somebody do my housework for me. Somebody do my housework for me. I'm so sick. Somebody bring me some paracetamol. Someone make rice. Send pictures. Send pictures. You will see pictures. I actually do have to send pictures anyway on both Instagram, Facebook. So I'll pop a picture up here on our community board on YouTube. Hello. Oh, Pamela, you've come in late. We're nearly at the end. You're driving yourself, Karen. Oh, gosh. It's a long drive, isn't it? Well, it's actually not long from where you are. It's longer from where I am. But it's a drive. It's still a drive. And you know what it's like to drive? Let me have a drink. You know what it's like to drive a car such a long way with all this stock that you are too scared to put the brakes on? It's going to fall on top of you. What? Oh, is it Pamela's birthday? Oh, I missed that. Oh, happy birthday, Pamela. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Pamela. Happy birthday to you. Okay, I'm no singer. I don't claim to be a singer, okay? Happy birthday, Pamela. Oh my gosh, I missed that. How did I miss it? Yours is 90 minutes to get there. Mine's about an hour and 40, sometimes an hour and 50. The way I drive is like nearly 2 hours. I missed that, Pamela. I don't know how I missed it, but happy birthday. Oh, I love a birthday. Have cake for me, Pamela. Eat it up. Be happy. And if you're not happy, just, pretend to be. It's your birthday. Just pretend. Happy birthday anyway. Have a good day. I hope you have a good day. Or you've already had your day and it's evening there, Pamela, I think. Is it evening there, Pamela, or is it daytime still where you are? I love birthday parties. Oh, I don't remember seeing an invite. You like that one? Excuse me. That's all right. I have my own party here. I'll take out my little coffee and my crochet hook. That's when I'm in party. That's what I mean. It's the evening there. When I'm in party, I just mean sitting in a corner crocheting with my coffee. Well, not crocheting with the coffee, but having coffee while I'm crocheting with a coffee cup. No, I didn't mean anything bad. I'm a good girl. I'm always good. My front porch is too windy. Oh, I know. It gets windy here too, Angela. So we just crochet here indoors. We don't go outside. I don't go outside. I go outside and I scream, bright lights, bright lights. No, I don't. And then I start melting and oh, sorry. I thought I'd pop that in there. She's melting. She's melting. Oh no, Gremlin. Remember Gremlins? Ah, bright light. Remember that movie? They didn't like bright lights. Yeah, I'm a gremlin. Have a good week. I look forward to the links you are going to attach. I'll attach those links, Elaine, but I'll also be doing this particular mitten on either Thursday or Friday of this week. So look out for that, guys. It'll either be Thursday or Friday. I can't guarantee it'll go up Thursday. I'm just taking things slowly. And this week, I'm only recording in the mornings only. I won't be doing during the day. The other reason I'm only recording in the mornings, guys, is because it's winter here. And the mornings is about the best time. You get the best lighting during winter. Once it's past 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the lighting here is shocking. So I don't record during that time of the day. Now, I do that in summer because right up to 4 o'clock in summer, it's the best lighting where that window is. But during winter, around 1-ish, the lighting goes bad. And if it's cloudy, it's even worse. I've started, the lighting that you see here looking down at me, I've started playing with those lights. If I can work them out perfectly, then I can work them on the table whilst I'm working, so I can work in the afternoon as well. But it's this stage is looking like just in the mornings that I can record during the winter months. We've got all of June left, end of July as well. Oh no, and August. Oh my gosh. We've got August too. That gets cold as well. But the coldest time for me, in my opinion, is when I'm at Bendigo, right in the middle of winter. Literally, I think that weekend, it's funny, isn't it? That weekend, around that week, is the coldest time for me. Between mid-July to the end of July is really the coldest for me. Don't overdo it. You will have a relapse. I know, Elaine. That's why I didn't do anything this week. That movie is on, is coming week 72. Oh, is it really? Gremlins? Is it Gremlins 1? I love the Gremlins. I tried finding that on Netflixes and things. They don't have them on there. They have a Gremlins 2 or something. But the first Gremlins movie was so cute. It was so cute, that little gremlin. I want to take him home. Yeah. So yeah, that's I forgot what I was talking about. Thanks, Therese. I got so sidetracked. Oh yeah, don't overdo it. Thank you, Elaine. I won't, because I've actually not done anything the past 2 weeks. Just that little top where I'm just crocheting the round and round double crochets around and round and round and round and round until I stopped. I still haven't finished it. Oh, by the way, just to let you know just how much yarn I use, because I'm a big girl. This little top you see right here is 8 skeins right there. I'm lying. I'm lying. It's 7.5 because the other one is attached to the sleeve here. That's 7.5 skeins of yarn. So it goes to show, if you buy expensive yarn and you want to make something for someone who's extra large, double extra large, or whatever you want to call it. Not me, it's not me, right? That you will need a lot more yarn than someone who's obviously small, extra small. I used to remember those days. Oh, weren't they wonderful? Like 40 years ago or something, when I was minus 20 something. I'm still 29, right? So that's what's happening this week, guys. Get excited for those gloves. They're finally coming, mittens, if you will. They're finally coming. It's taking so long, not because there's something wrong with them. There was something wrong with the thumb, which I had to fix, but that wasn't the problem. But because I got sick, but I'm starting to feel a bit better now. So this week I'll be doing the recording. And you will hopefully get it out by Thursday or Friday. And then we'll have a video coming up very soon discussing our cardigan, and I'll do that in full. We'll talk about the amounts of yarn you will use, the pattern. Once that pattern is up on the website, that is when I'll bring that video out. I'm not going to bring it out until that pattern's up now, because I put the moz on myself saying it's definitely going up that Friday, everything's well, and then I got sick. I don't want to do that anymore. From now on, I'm going to have the pattern up and then do the video. But I will be sending, and that's the thing, there were some people who said to me, once your written pattern goes up on the website, it is going to be a paid pattern on the website, but we will be eventually doing this cardigan on the channel too as well. Excuse me. But once that pattern goes up on the website, some people have said, please tell me straight away, because I want to purchase it straight away. And I have a list of names. At the moment, there's 5 names who are wanting to purchase that pattern the second it goes up. So if you want to purchase it before I even consider doing the video, please let me know. I will pop your name on the list. You can send me a message privately via Instagram or Facebook, or even just let me know here now, or even after this live is done. You can leave a little comment in the comment section down below, wherever you want to leave a message saying that you would like a link to the paid pattern once it goes up. So you get a first chance to purchase it before I even pop the video up explaining what's happening. So that's what some people have done. And because you guys are my main supporters, I'm giving you that opportunity to purchase it before anybody else. That's pretty cool, huh? Pretty coolio. And then everybody else gets the opportunity once they see the video. So it's all good. So thank you very much for joining us today, guys. I'm going to call it a day because I'm starting to get all nasally again and I can hear my voice going. So I'm going to head off and just sit on the couch with a nice warm cup of something. And I will see everyone on Wednesday. Wednesday's live. There will be a tutorial on Thursday or Friday for the gloves. Thank you for joining me. I've been Mary. This has been Well Crochet. Is still Well Crochet Designs. Not has been. This is still Well Crochet Designs. And I want to see everyone on Wednesday for a little bit more fun on our lives. Thank you for joining us, and ciao for now. Bye.